Hello and welcome to this mini webinar where I'll be sharing all the information that you need to know about Nomad Cruise 12. And just in case you don't know me, I'm Johannes. I'm the founder of this project. And as we say, it's already the 12th time that we're doing this journey. I want to give you a little bit of an introduction. I want to run through the things that are important and just go over it quickly. So if you stay with me for a little bit, then afterwards you will have a very, very good understanding what Nomad Cruise is, how we started this, what's going to be happening in Brazil, and also what will be happening after the trip, because there's so many amazing things that will even happen after Nomad Cruise. And I just want to explain you everything about this project. So it would be great if you just stick with me for a little bit, and then you know everything you need to know about this journey. So let's start right here. Basically, the trip starts on the 2nd of December, and we are going until the 11th of December. We are leaving from Tenerife, which is actually Canary Islands, part of Spain, and going all the way to Salvador in Brazil. Some of the highlights. This is really not a cruise, what we're doing here. This is really a journey of a lifetime. There's a lot of things that you'll be learning, connecting with amazing people from all around the world. And basically, we are going with over 400 digital nomads and remote workers on this journey across the Atlantic Ocean. So what a lot of people think is that when you go with a boat across the Atlantic Ocean, there's going to be massive waves. That's actually not the time at that part of the year, because the sea is very, very flat around this year. We've done this. It's our 4th journey across the Atlantic Ocean, and actually we never really had major problems with seasickness or whatsoever. You will also see with the boat that we have, it's massive. So you'll be fine going across the ocean. Don't be scared about the waves at all. This should be really, really no problem. Then, it's not just, a networking and going with 400 digital nomads. It's also a conference, and we'll be talking a lot about topics from workshops. We'll be talking a lot about topics from entrepreneurship, personal development, all the way to lifestyle design. So there's a lot that you can learn. And you'll have an amazing time running through this event. But so going on such an event can actually lead to incredible opportunities for you, because if you're an entrepreneur, if you run your own business, or even if you're just a remote worker who wants to start a business, right? These are incredible people there's a lot of people who are running their own business. There's a lot of opportunities that are happening on the boat, right? So this is actually the real value of the Nomad Cruise. It's not the cruise, it's the context that you make, it's the inspiration that you get. And so I can really encourage you, when you're coming on this boat, right, to be open-minded, to be really listening to everyone who's there, and you will have an incredible experience. And also, this is not just a networking event, not just another conference, not just a cruise. We are actually creating this event together. So basically, all the speakers who are on stage are people who booked their ticket already, right? Like these are all participants who are doing these talks, and they're amazing people. If you look at the program, I will explain this a little bit later, then you will understand. But also, what we're doing on board is we're organizing a talent show. We are organizing startup pitches, and all these things are co-created with everyone who's joining. So if you can sing, if you can do juggling, if you're a magician, then we want you to be on the stage. We want you to be part of this experience that we are creating together, where we create our own stars within our community. And I can promise you this will be amazing. It's also absolutely fine if you're just sitting there, you're just enjoying this experience, and you don't need to participate. But those who want, they can do this. And we are organizing all these events on board, right? So the talent show will be planned throughout the event. You will learn everything, how this works once you get on the ship. We will explain everything in a lot of detail on the first night. And finally, we are going one way, right? We're going from Spain to Brazil. So what is happening after the trip is that a lot of people are just flying home. They're flying home for Christmas. They stick around for a little bit. but also we have a lot of digital nomads on board, and they will basically team up and travel together. So this is a great way for you if you're still at home, if you're still, unsure whether this lifestyle is for you, to really connect with these people, to get a lot of amazing inspiration, to maybe even just travel with them for a little bit. And yeah, this is also one reason why the Nomad Cruise community is so amazing, because people have spent so much time together. There are some people in this picture here that I've met in over 10, 12 countries around the world over the last 7 years when we started. And this is really the beauty of this project. And after all, Nomad Cruise is about community. It's about creating friendships that last a lifetime, because basically the way how you're getting friends is by sharing amazing, incredible experiences together. And then it's much better even when you're doing that together as a community. It really doesn't matter if you come alone or if you're coming with friends. We will be there for you, and we're matching you. You can even share your cabins with someone else. So don't worry about it. Like, even if you just want to join, I think 40% of all Nomad Cruise participants have been joining as solo travelers. And our way and our idea is to really build an amazing community with that. And like right now, I'm here in Bali, and I'm meeting a lot of people that have been joining the Nomad Cruise even a few years ago, and we're still in touch. And so while you might not see this now, it will be having a nice impact on your future as well. So this is the cruise, and of course everything else that's on a cruise, right? The boat, the party, celebrations. I will dive into this a little bit later now as well. And what we have as well is, like, as much as we really like to have a digital detox and tune off, and this is really what we would recommend everyone. But the great thing is as well, because we are digital nomads, so some of us need to jump on a Zoom call or check their inbox and do this. And in the previous cruises, the internet has been a big trouble. But now we have Starlink on the ship installed. It's not that we have tried this going across the Atlantic, so there might be a hiccup or two. But overall, the quality and what we've been reading online and what are the experiences with Starlink are amazing. And so I believe that we can work. You can jump on a Zoom call if you need to. And because we're going to be 6 days at sea when we are doing the crossing. Just a bit of background how we started, in case you don't know this, because basically I was traveling by myself through South America. And yeah, I found it very, very hard to connect in all the different places where I went. And one day I found a cruise that was going to South America, and I thought, like, hey, it would be so awesome to have a lot of nomads here on board. We can network, and then we can travel through South America together. And I don't need to always, try to make friends in Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires and all the different places. So this is how I got the idea for Nomad Cruise. And actually in 2015, I had started the world's first Facebook group for digital nomads at that time, and had over 5,000 members. And I also was quite well connected in the nomad community. And I found this cruise, and I said, like, guys, let's jump on board. Let's not all go alone, traveling together as digital nomads. Let's support each other. Let's jump on the ship and go together to Brazil. So I shared this in the group. Some of my friends who were also organizing digital nomad conferences at that time, they shared this as well. And then we got over 100 people on the first journey, on the first Nomad Cruise. But it was very, very unorganized. And all we had was this logo that you can see there and this flag. And then we did like some skill sharing on the ship. And then later I developed the concept to much more what it is today, also with amazing help from this community. So the project grew, it grew bigger. And even at one point before COVID, we organized a cruise for over 500 people all the way to South America. And then you know what happened. Basically, COVID came and destroyed all our ships. So out of these ships that you can see here, actually 4 were the ships that ended up in this salmon tree. And all the ships that we've been using with the company in the past, the company that we were working with doesn't exist anymore. And then we had to look like, okay, how can we get this started again? There were a lot of people who asked me, like, Johannes, when do you organize the next Nomad Cruise? And so I started to look into things. And actually in May this year, we did our first cruise again. We had mainly people who have been joining us in the past. It was like a big reunion for us. And we went with over 300 people through Italy and some stops in Greece as well. So what we did then, well, that was the Nomad Cruise beginning. And now I will tell you a little bit about the journey that we are doing. So basically, we are going from Tenerife all the way to Salvador. There are just two main stops between. But again, this cruise is not about making a stop and going to Rome and Barcelona and walking around there for a few hours and jumping back on the ship. This is about community. This is about meeting people, being open, skill sharing. And there's no better way to do this while you're crossing the Atlantic. The trip starts in the Canary Islands in November. So some people already arrived there in the beginning of November, but you can basically come there anytime. You can come one day before the cruise. I would not recommend you to arrive on the morning when the cruise starts. That's a little bit late. But basically, when you're going to the Canary Islands, like about 2 weeks before, you can already connect with the community. We're starting a Facebook group where you can connect and where you can share accommodation. Like the group will be there in the moment when you buy the ticket for the trip. So on the December 2nd, we have our departure in Tenerife, and then we are going across the Atlantic. I'm going to switch around the setup here a little bit to make it a little bit easier for you to see the slides. So then we're going across the Atlantic, and then on the 8th of December, we are arriving in Fortaleza. While we're going across the Atlantic, the main conference and everything is happening, and I will talk about this a little bit more later now as well. After Fortaleza, which is the first stop in Brazil, we have one more sea day, and then we are going to Maceió, where we're going to have a beautiful beach day with the whole community, and then we are arriving in Salvador. And now I will talk a little bit more about the ship, and then I will explain a little bit more what is going to be the program and who are all the amazing speakers. So stay tuned with me. The ship that we are using is a Costa ship, Costa Diadema. It's a part of the Carnival cruise line. It's a very, very big ship. It has got everything that you can think about: 11 bars, pools, gym. You will feel fine there. You will not feel like that this is too small. Like the ship is massive, and I will show you in a very, very quick video here what this ship looks like. As you can see, we have a nice, amazing stage for a talent show. There's a lot of amazing things on the ship. So a lot of places to connect, to have great dinners, to meet people, to make, amazing connections. And also to attend the events that we'll be doing. And I will just dive into this a little bit more here now. So basically, the program is that we have over 60 speakers who will be organizing a talk or a workshop on the ship. And there's a lot more. I will just highlight a few people here. They're all really amazing. What I would highly recommend is that you go to nomadcruise.com program for, minus NC12, and then you can see all the speakers who will be with us joining this journey together. And there are actually still more speakers that we're still adding to the page. So even check back whenever you are seeing this video, okay? So we have Sergio Sala, a YouTuber who's been recording and traveling the world, reporting about different digital nomad hotspots. We have Johannes Haupt, who's like built an incredible niche website business, generating over 30,000 euros of revenue per month just through these niche websites. We have Philip Vollmer organizing, sharing his tactics, how he built an incredible copywriting coaching business, generating, I think, almost 5 million euros in the first year, just with 2 different ads. But we also have real estate talks, right? It's not just all online marketing. Like Matthias Köster, who is an incredible architect, that a friend of mine from Mallorca who's building amazing homes there, and who will just share how all the nomads, we all need a home base, right? How we can build our own dream home. Krista Romano, who's an amazing digital nomad coach. Matthias Zeidler, who's the man behind Bansko, who's built up Bansko to what it is now as a digital nomad hotspot. We have Jamina Rain, top Udemy teacher, Stella, who's organizing amazing projects in Uganda. And we have so many more people. Also Yvonne, she's a flight attendant. And at the same time, she's started her journey as a digital nomad. Julia, who's teaching programming, how you can learn coding without the skills, and how you can like very, very easily get into the remote life. And a lot more people really take the time, look into this, check out the program, check what is there. I know you are busy, but just take 5 minutes, go over this, get to know these people. They are amazing. We have an incredible program on the ship, and we're adding even more speakers. Just a quick look back. So basically, we'll be talking mainly about personal development, about entrepreneurship. We'll have like talks about digital nomad, lifestyle design, real estate. Basically, we are talking about all the things that are the nomads that they're working with, that they're coaches in, that they are, what is their business. So it's not that we have like a digital nomad conference where you learn just things about digital nomad life. No, we learn about how do digital nomads make money and make their income. And these are all these amazing different topics, okay? So all these talks are happening as part of a conference and as part of workshops, okay? And but there's not just the conference, not just the workshops. There's a lot of ways to also have fun on the boat. Like there's a lot of parties. This is from one of the parties that we had on the ships before. Almost every night you can go to the disco, and a lot of networking games, different ways how you can interact, and you can even do a lot of sports. So I'm sure there's always going to be someone doing acro yoga or different things on top of the deck. And also a lot of masterminds. We're actually even organizing mastermind dinners throughout the event as well. And what we have as well is for those who wanted to be a speaker or who just like basically are joining now, you can still take part in the unconference. So unconference are a little bit of smaller sessions, skill sharing sessions where you talk about your topic, right? About topic that really interests you. You propose this, and we're organizing this unconference. We're like setting the stage for this on the very first day. And then we run this event together. And we have a startup night as well. It's a little bit like Shark Tank. We call it Piranha Tank. The amazing thing is like, actually, we had this show where people present their business ideas. And on the last show, we had over 6 presentations, and actually 3 of them are now working on the implementation or have already launched their business, also together with the help and support of our community. So if you're building a business, if you need some support and you want to present your ideas in front of 300 people, maybe someone will invest into it, maybe you will find a business partner whatsoever. You have the chance to do this, and actually the person who's organizing this is the coach of the presenters in the German Shark Tank version. So you have a real pro who's teaching you, and then you can present this on the stage. And this is all part of our program of Nomad Cruise. And there are specials as well. So Britt and Kevin, they're doing like improvisation workshops, an amazing session just happening sometimes in the evenings. There are jam sessions. There's so much going on the ship. What I can recommend to you as well, if you're a little bit worried like whether this is for you or not, just jump on YouTube, type Nomad Cruise. You will see a lot of videos and things that we've done in the past. Some videos are like 4 years old, but it's still pretty much the same concept and everything. And I would just encourage you, do a little bit of research there as well. Look what Nomad Cruise has been doing and what the people have experienced on board. There are some really, really cool videos from bloggers who've been joining us also in the past. And then at the very, very end of the trip, we have a talent show. So imagine with over 400 people on the same boat, there are incredible people on the boat as well. And yeah, if you have talent, if you can sing, if you can play the guitar, if you can be a magician, like, then we invite you to be part of this show as well. But that's not it, right? So this is the experience that we are running throughout the cruise. And again, you are on a cruise ship, right? So you can go to the pool anytime, you can have a drink anytime, you can take a break anytime. Everything is just as voluntarily that you can participate in this. And also, we don't even want you to watch every talk. Take also a break and enjoy this journey. Take time for yourself, take time with your friends, make some new friends. Again, if you're coming alone, it really doesn't matter. 40% of our participants in the past have all joined alone, and now they are very well connected around the world. But basically, what is happening after the trip, I also want to share this with you, because we will not just finish the journey there, we will actually meet again. So the first thing that we're doing is, just a few days, 2 days after Salvador, we're actually meeting in a very beautiful beach town, very close to Salvador, where you can go by boat in 2 hours, even though it's on the mainland. And that place is called Morro de Sao Paulo, a beautiful small beach town where many of us will be going after the trip and just enjoy the time. So sometimes on the boat, there's so much stuff happening. You meet amazing people, but you don't really have time to reconnect. So you can already say, like, hey, when we get tomorrow, let's connect, let's have a drink, let's have a coffee, let's, teach each other, whatever. So this is amazing to go with the whole community to this place. So if you have a little bit of time, even just like 3, 4, 5 days, to come there with us, that would be amazing. So then you can afterwards just jump back on the boat, go back to Salvador, and then fly home from there. And those who want to continue their travels, they can do this as well. So we are meeting also in Rio de Janeiro. And also, if you cannot even make it to Morro de Sao Paulo, you can go and come with us to Rio de Janeiro. And we will meet there, connect there. We have an area there where everyone is kind of going. It's not that we are arranging accommodation, but we are recommending you where you need to be. And then one of the highlights, this is also part of this, so whoever is sticking around a little bit longer, we're going to celebrate New Year's Eve together in Rio de Janeiro on the Copacabana. It's an incredible experience. We've done this a few times before. Everyone is wearing white clothes. It's a very, very nice, chilled out vibe. Lots of families coming there and just enjoying this time. I've been to New Year's Eve parties all over the world. This is definitely in my top 3. And after this, we're actually going to Antarctica. So I'm just dropping this here as one little second. There are like about 5 spots left for this trip to Antarctica. So if you're interested, we're organizing a very small trip just for 45 people. And if you want to join, there's just a few spots left. Just fill out this form, and then we will let you know this as well. This is about 4 times more expensive than the Nomad Cruise, right? So just keep this in mind. So those who are not going to Antarctica, we are recommending to go to Florianopolis. It's the Bali of Brazil, an incredible destination with lots of beaches, also very, very safe. And we recommend you to come there as well. And then we will have a big reunion from those people who are going to Antarctica and those people who've been on the cruise. And this reunion is happening in Buenos Aires. Now I will explain to you how to get on board. Like, I think that it's really, really hard to explain how this journey is and how it feels like. What I can just really recommend is, if you really want to connect with people who are living the digital nomad lifestyle already, or if you've been doing this for a while and you want to feel more part of like a community and not always just like smaller groups of 4 or 5 people, then just come on board, right? Like, don't think about it too much. It will be a very, very good experience. And I will explain to you now how it works, okay? Just one step shortly, what is not included in the tickets. So just to take talk about the more negative things here a little bit. We have drink packages that are not part of the trip, right? All the food, everything is included. There are some specialty restaurants, but you can pretty much eat all day for free once you bought the ticket for this cruise. But the drinks are not included because we actually know that some of you prefer alcohol, others don't. And you can also just drink water on the ship. That is also free in the buffet area. So the drink packages are not included, and they range between like just you buying, yourself a little bit of water per day, it's like $5 or whatever, to having a non-alcoholic drink package, or to having a drink package that includes all alcoholic drinks. That will be around 32 euros, right, per day for the drink package if you're drinking alcoholic drinks, and otherwise much less. There's onboard Wi-Fi as well. Again, we are recommending to take a digital detox and actually not work. But what I would say here as well is that basically you can also just buy WhatsApp access. That is 5 euros per day, or you can have unlimited internet for your computer. Then it's around 17 euros per day. This is just for you to know. You cannot just buy it for one day. You need to buy it one day and then you pay for the consecutive days. And what we also really recommend is to get yourself a travel insurance. It is very, very important to do this in case something happens to you, right, in the middle of the Atlantic. Cruise ship doctors are expensive, and it is your responsibility to take care of these things. You can choose between different cabins. We have interior, outside balcony cabins. So obviously, this is the difference in the pricing of joining the Nomad Cruise, right? The whole experiences, like everything that we're organizing for reunions and whatsoever is included, but the different ticket prices depend on the cabin that you choose. One thing I would like to add here is that sharing is caring, right? So we really recommend for you to share your cabin. And you don't need to do it, obviously, but the shared cabins are much cheaper, and we will match you with someone who's got like the same sleeping behavior, or you can also check inside our community, whoever you want to share with, right? And then let us know. We just need to know about 20 days before departure with the person you are sharing with, and then we can add this into our like booking system, okay? But basically, it's no problem. Like even when you're coming alone, you can share the cabin with someone else. It's a great way also to, connect with some people. And we're doing our best to match you well with your partner. So what's included? All the accommodation on board, 3 meals per day, access to all the conferences, all the events, everything that we're doing, that we've been preparing for months now, in order for you to have an amazing experience there. A lot of the dinners, like we have these private dinners, mastermind dinners, lots of onboard activities, and we are also taking care a little bit of the reunion program that is happening afterwards, right, in Morro de Sao Paulo, in Rio de Janeiro, Buenos Aires, Florianopolis. So all these things are all included. Also, all taxes, service fees, tips. So these are all things that are included in the price, just not the drink package, just not the Wi-Fi. These are things that you need to buy extra, and you can buy with us just before the cruise. And the ticket price really depends, right? So what I want you to do is just look down here on the website, but it starts just above 1,000 euros for the cheaper cabins, and then the prices go up. We need to know from you as early as possible. We are raising the prices as we get closer to departure. So it's very, very important for you, once you decided that you want to come, to just book your ticket now, right? Like this is really the thing. Also, I don't know how long the cabins will actually last. They are going quite fast, right? So just make sure, if you want to join this experience, that you go now, that you book, and then we have you on board, and you can connect with everyone else who's coming on the cruise, and I'm sure you will have an amazing experience. Also keep in mind, because like a lot of people say like, oh yeah, but this date doesn't work for me or whatsoever, like we are not doing these trips so many times. We just do it once per year. In the future, we will just do one trip per year, because it takes a lot of time to prepare this, to set everything up. And you don't know when we're going to go the next year and whatsoever. There's never really the best time, to join. So just make sure, if you're ready, if it kind of works with your schedule, just come and join us now. And also imagine, all the context, everything, all the people that you meet, like they can already have an impact on your life now. It's not that you have like a bucket list destination where it doesn't matter whether you go there now or in 10 years. If you join Nomad Cruise now, your life can be quite different in the future, depending on who you meet and who you'll be around. Okay. So that's it. Also, if you have some more questions, you can always send us an email, info@nomadcruise.com, and we'll get back to you as fast as we can. So just go look down on the website, nomadcruise.com, NC12, and check what we have there, check the cabins, get your ticket, and we can't wait to see you very, very soon. Just one more thing that you need to research, like also once you got your ticket, right, that just take a look, for the visa situation, because that always depends a little bit, and you need to make sure that your passport is valid at least 6 months after the arrival date, right? Just double check your passport. We don't want you to get into trouble with a visa or with your passport just because, you're only looking into these things like 3 weeks before departure. Okay? So this is it. We can't wait to see you on board. We hope that, that you make your decision soon, that you're ready to do this. If there's anything that is of concern, really just reach out to us, write to us on Instagram, write to us or send us an email. Just please also follow us on Instagram if you're not doing it now. There's a lot more information that we're sharing there. And I can't wait to see you on board very, very soon for Nomad Cruise 12 from Spain to Brazil. Thank you so much for listening and taking the time. And just let us know if there's anything missing, and then we can add this information as well and share it with you. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.